So the second part of the next assignment, which is due Friday, April 26th, is chapter organization. Just like what Quest Team did, 1 did number here. So obviously, not to pick on you guys, but the finalized museum brochure chapters for none of these Quest Team groups are available here. But of course, if you go to the challenge number 4, they are, right? So none of the stuff is new in terms of museum brochures from different Quest teams. And so while, my point is, final Quest Team Museum brochures are not currently available here on challenge number 5, right? You can still go ahead and move forward in determining what you feel is the most appropriate organization for your museum brochure chapter. So when we go to making connections, your task for this final challenge is to determine the final order of all Quest Team Museum brochure chapters. This final order will make up your finalized museum brochure. Once this final order is determined by each Quest Team group, write down on the challenge number 5 task card what you are going to call your museum brochure. What is the headline? So in other words, give your museum brochure a title. So here's an example, a few working examples that I can see. Okay, so going back. So, St. John students, if you'll please go ahead and go through the criteria, and of course, Ghanaian students too. Go through the criteria of what it takes to go ahead and challenge, and I keep saying go ahead, I'm sorry, to complete this challenge 5 task. Step 1, read all the other content of the Quest Team stories and organize museum exhibits for the entire class. Please note if there is a Quest Team that has not completed the final museum brochure by the Wednesday, April 24th due date, please utilize the draft museum brochure post from the previous challenge located here. So it's where I was just at. Step 2, connect the exhibits so that they are organized via related connections or themes. That is, when all the Quest Team Museum exhibits created by our classmates are put together in one final book, how do you want your story to look? Step 3, state the reason for your organization and give your proposed organization for the Virtual Exchange Museum pamphlet or brochure a title. Write this on the challenge number 5 task card page. This organization of the Virtual Exchange curated stories will be discussed as part of our final Zoom session and represents the time when all 6 Quest Team groups will communicate among each other and come to a consensus as to the layout of your final museum brochure. So yes, of course, that means Tonya is going to be at our next Virtual Exchange Zoom session. So when you are complete with your assignment submission on the task card page for St. John students, please write complete in the text box entry so I can remember to provide you with credit for this assignment. So this assignment is worth 5 points. If you don't write complete, don't worry. I can see what each group did because it's done here. All right, so thank you very much, and I will see you again soon.